Let me move this little thing out of the way. Smack the go live button. We'll give it a couple seconds to do the countdown. I'll verify to make sure everything's up and running. And then once it is, we'll say, welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come to wise up on crypto. My name is Lucas.
And my name is Ryan.
And hey, thank you for joining us. Happy Monday. Happy Moon Day. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have a question, have a comment, talk about your favorite crypto. Let us know what you're following, what you want us to take a look at for you. We're happy to check things out, live interaction. We are here to learn and wise up together. Let's take a look. Let's get off this screen and start with the market cap. And what were you saying earlier, Ryan, about that marker that just recently got passed?
Yeah, on Bitcoin, I noticed that we were retesting a key fib level at around 51,008. We tested it, we were rejected, and now we've tested it again and we've passed it, and now we're at around 52,486. So if this holds, if we can get a daily candle to close above this key line, that will be a good sign that the bulls are back in charge.
Not just that, we're looking live action right now. Ethereum just busted through 1800. So if you're with us on the live stream right now, congratulations. We're going to get to another project that we've been following later that's very much correlated with Ethereum. But, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Ethereum, the gas fees. Can Ethereum compete? We saw a major run up in Cardano. And of course, Cardano is still correcting and retracing. And you talk about where hype comes into play and where people start to overvalue things before they're performing. And with EIP 1599, which is an upgrade that's been agreed to be start in July on Ethereum, they're making a lot of work. They're doing a lot to stay competitive with other smart contract platforms because of the gas fees. But beyond that, their solidity, the developers, the amount of developers they have working, the ecosystem, the rich ecosystem. I've been around when Ethereum look, the reality is Ethereum is nowhere close to being where it could be valued at ratio with Bitcoin. Ethereum just passed its all-time highs, and Bitcoin has over doubled its all-time highs. So when you look at the valuations that many people have on Ethereum, it seems as though that manipulations happen in the short run of markets, that the price has been maybe held down so people can accumulate, and it's been a good accumulation phase. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum really break out sometime this month in the coming weeks. There, especially when you look at how transparent and open Grayscale and PayPal and so many large institutions are with working with Ethereum. But go beyond that, and we'll talk about all the decentralized finance projects that are being built on Ethereum. So, you know, you scroll down and you look at the coin market cap and you look at what's out there in the different projects. Tether is just a stable coin. Binance Coin, which started as a coin for the centralized exchange, is now also a coin for the centralized, the Binance Smart Chain, which is gas fees wise a lot more efficient than Ethereum. Of course, it's run through centralized nodes. And for many people that start looking into cryptocurrency, you'll often find that, hey, what's up, Jay Parr? What's going on, brother? You'll often find that where you see the trilemma has been solved, it's often because one of the criteria hasn't been met. And in this case, where you see cheap, quick transactions, it's because there's highly centralized nodes. And with highly centralized nodes, yeah, it's easy to take care of. It's when you make things extremely decentralized and still being able to maintain that low transaction and that high speed for high throughput volume. But anyway, moving down, we got Polkadot, which is a solid project. None of this is financial advice. We're just speaking our perspectives and our views. But from the years that we've spent looking at crypto and markets, and I'm just going to run through real quick what a good day it is to be in crypto. If you're new to crypto, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We're building a website right now to help onboard and teach people the value of crypto, and just a great hub of many resources for education and to get started. The reality is that as I scrolled through this, it'd be like looking at internet companies, Yahoo, Google, AOL, before they had developed anything. You're looking at some of the developers, people working on these teams, projects that are paving the way for revamping markets, economies, the structure of the future. It's remarkable how much capital is being transferred onto these digital blockchains. We're talking about whole stock markets. Yes. We're talking about not more than just bank ledgers. So Polkadot.
Well, to that point.
Go ahead, brother.
To that point, I just heard today that Goldman Sachs is now going to start trading futures in I believe Bitcoin. So yes, it's clear that when anytime Goldman Sachs and and you have ETFs and futures, it's like the institutional money is here, and it's clear in the market cap. And speaking of market cap, I believe BNB Finance just overtook Cardano.
They did.
Market cap, if I'm not mistaken.
They did. And Cardano's been dropping. And yeah, I felt that. I don't always feel things right, but I was fortunate to call that one. And I was like, yeah, especially around a $1.30, $1.20. It was kind of
a little overbought,
a little run up on the fork. It was a lot of, okay, so now what? Well, now you wait.
I think we should talk about paid and how unfinished we were. It's a nice segue. We were talking about unfinished roadmaps and how it's all about the promise, the future promise. Well, paid.
Let's do it.
Shows you some of the vulnerabilities of getting into that.
So when we look at these projects, recognize that some are more secure than others. Some are more complete than others. Some are openly, and they're transparent. Some will tell you that we're open roadmaps and we have a lot of promises to fulfill. We've got a lot of work to do. So you're investing in a very long-term project. Quick shout out to Tony. What's up, Tony Bomboni? Tony the Good. It's good to see you, brother. We got to jump together on another stream and catch up absolutely soon. Man, it's been a long time. He said, I need a gold digger GF.
Girlfriend.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah. I'm like, what crypto is that? Gold digger GF. What's the ticker? That's so funny. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? We got some good news to announce on a few projects. And before I leave this page, I just want to scroll through. So Chainlink is solid. If you're new to crypto, I'm just mentioning this because something for you to just, take a look at for yourself, write it down and do your research, read the white paper, jump into social media. A lot of these teams and communities are very approachable. There's some I'll mention here shortly, but look, Litecoin's working with Wimble for privacy transactions and Bitcoin Cash. I think those are point of sale transaction cryptos that have been working with institutions for a long time. So you can expect to see them around. I don't have all of, you can think that I have what I'm talking about. I don't have all of these. I used to, I don't have Stellar anymore because of the centralized aspect. However, there's so many beautiful things that all of these protocols are offering and building, and you could say that Stellar is a stellar project and has a lot going on if you look at their teams and the activity. So Algorand, huge fan of the team behind Algorand, the community, and I look forward to sharing more about that with you. We're going to bring one of the ambassadors on here to talk about it, one of the 100 selected ambassadors. But Algorand, if you look at the man behind the math and that project and how long it's been the works, that's something. Aave is something you can feel good about. Theta token is something that will blow your mind. And look at that, 15%. I mean,
there's been some buzz on Theta.
Cosmos, VeChain, Monero, for a while when people love privacy, has, I think, some potential. Although very, very long term, I still feel that there are other projects that it has some possible hang-ups that others can possibly be better.
Isn't there a supply question?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The possibility that there's a way to mint. Someone can mint as much as they want, and no one will ever know. And so, yeah, that's something to look into. What else? Let's see. Scrolling down.
Don't even talk about Neo.
Don't talk about it. Elrond. I would take a strong look at Elrond, and they're doing some
Yes.
amazing things. Knit Finance. They're collaborating as a DEX that is, pardon me, is going to bring tokens off of different blockchains onto one DEX. So I just read about that recently. Well, in fact, I mean, is this not a live stream? I mean, is this not what we do? We learn and we earn and we grow together. So Knit Finance is the next generation of DeFi protocol that aims to bridge multiple non-Ethereum chains with ERC20. What?
Wow.
You heard
That's
it.
Huge.
You heard it here. You may hear it somewhere else. Go do your own research. But yes, and I believe if my memory serves me correct, maybe I could scroll down and find it. People come check this out. But they're partnering with Elrond is where this is all going to take place. Trade on DEXs, nodes, and DApps. Bada bing, bada boom. It's not here. Okay, we'll come back to it. But check it out. Let's see.
Very interesting.
What else? Let me scroll through this because you had a good point.
Tony mentions in the chat. Tony mentioned he picked up 100 Alchemist tokens.
Never even.
I don't.
I'll take a look. Ahead. I'll take a look in a second. Do you know about that, Ryan?
No, that's what I was going to say. I'm not aware of this.
I'm almost done. I'm scrolling through fast. The graph. Check out the graph. So many protocols. It's actually the technology that a lot of oracles, that a lot of work off of. So they tokenized, but there's a lot of activity, a lot of strong team, beautiful work going on with the graph, and they're working to stay up to date with NFTs and other stuff. So the graph, Kusama is closely related to Polkadot. They're like sisters, brothers, cousins, however you want to look at it. They're strong. Engine Coin.
I was going to mention Engine. I've lots of buzz around that one.
I love Engine. From day one back in 2017, I remember Engine was one of those. Here's something I'll tip my hat to Engine, and there's other projects like Engine, but 2017 was the ICO craze where a lot of projects ran away with money and they were screwed. They didn't care. They just made up a fancy website, made up a fake token, bada bing, bada boom. You can't find them. Engine Coin was one of those ICO. They were one of those projects that took advantage of the beautiful decentralized finance that Ethereum had, the ecosystem, that Wild West ecosystem, and they've continued to build and continued to do things ever since 2017, and they're leading the way in connecting with gaming and NFTs. So take a look at Engine. That's a huge project. Zilliqa, I mean, I can't say enough. Zilliqa is cool. You can get a .zil, .crypto web address, and they're just doing a lot for crypto. Let's see. I'm scrolling fast. Hedera Hashgraph, I need to look more into them, but I've heard a lot of beautiful things about them. And let's see what else. If BAT token, basic attention. So Ryan pulled up an article we're going to share later on today that talks about basic attention token. But from personal experience, had a little bit of that a long time ago. They did nothing. They didn't fulfill their privacy promises. A lot of people were upset, and yet I recognize you can only promise so much and deliver on so much, and they still block advertisements. They were a great browser. Used them for a long time and enjoy them and enjoy it. So. I'm happy to see that they stuck around and found ways to continue to add value and join this ecosystem. So we got some exciting news to share about that. Let's see what else. Let's see what else is sticking out to me. Anything. I'm trying to get through this. Decentraland, another NFT. Avalanche. Decentraland is huge. Balancer is huge because they're a liquidity provider basically for decentralized exchanges. They lock up liquidity, and I think I just heard that Balancer is going to connect with. Hold on a second. Let me see if this is right. Balancer, Polkadot, Moonbeam. Do you know what I'm saying here? I'm saying that taking liquidity from Ethereum. Look at that. Balancer is coming. Oh, my memory. I love it when I get things right. Check that out. Balancer is 6 hours ago, you guys. Check this out. How fresh can you get? How fresh can you get? Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin. If you're just getting started following us, my name is Lucas,
And this is Ryan.
and we're
Thanks
catch
for joining. We're just now catching up.
exactly. So let's see. New NFT bomb. WiseToken.net runs on the graph. We love it. Yeah. Oh, welcome, Devin, with Wise Token. Yeah, we got some Wise Token news to share. So, in fact, I just want to power through this Ocean Protocol, Avalanche, very bullish on what they're doing to bring chains together and their team and who's behind them. So, look at this. Ethereum up a little over 4%, going on a little power run. Well, what
Yeah,
happened? What does that mean for Wise? Check it out. Wise is
40,
Wise is
47.
Wise is pumping too. It's at 47 cents. Some people are taking advantage of the
Right.
pump, which is good. And guess what? You get to do that with Wise because, should we talk about paid, brother?
Sure. Yeah, this is a good time to talk about pay.
Let's talk
For
about
sure.
paid. So paid, if you invested in, I lost a little bit. I was checking out, so I was part of the I took a hit, some more than others, but everyone pour a little bit out and tip your hat to what happened with paid. There was a hack on the paid network. So for all the people who were holding tokens, a hacker upgraded the contract. I'm going to link all this, but just to speed you up, a hacker was able to, because it's an upgradable contract. When you have a project that's not complete and not finished, like Wise Token, that means that people can make changes. And this person made a change to print as much money to inflate the supply of paid tokens as he wanted. In so doing, he went to Uniswap, the decentralized exchange, and started pulling out ETH
Cashing out.
and just cashing out and cashing out. So people took a hit. Now, as much as he inflated, did he take all that off? No, that would have just devastated everything. It was about 3 million, I think, was the amount that got taken. But the story gets even juicier. So here they talk about the attack. So what does the team do to prevent this hacker from taking any more money?
They removed the liquidity, right?
That's right. They completely take the liquidity off of Uniswap, which means that if you're a token holder, there's in a way that people can remove liquidity and you cannot get in and out. And so when we talk about, like, you look at a paid network attack and you look at a paid hack, this is why, if you're getting your family and friends into crypto, what should I get into? There's all this stuff. Wow, look, Paid has all this YouTube advertisement. It's got all this hype. It's gonna go to the moon. Look, it's gonna be, well, look, it's not even like a month old. Like, literally, Paid came out like a few weeks ago, and already there's been a hack and a compromise. And this happens all the time, all the time.
Right.
Paid could still be a solid project. This is not, but at the same time, it's put it in a different category. It's definitely high risk. So you look at something like Wise Token, and you're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars of locked liquidity that
Ownerless.
nobody can rug pull. Nobody can
Right.
rug pull.
That there's no authorities or
No.
developer team that says, oh, we can't sustain what's going on. Let's pull the liquidity,
Nope.
or let's roll back the blockchain. That just doesn't exist with finished decentralized projects. And that's really the point here, is that when you're getting onto something that's got a roadmap and there's upgrades at work, you don't know what potential exploits are lying there waiting to be used. And it's just, and then to see that there was the reaction, the ability to control the project like that. I thought getting away from centralized control was the whole point.
Exactly. Now, when it's an open project and they're delivering on promises, they got work to do. That's the risk. It is what it is. So,
Right.
but
We're
know
trusting them.
know the difference when you're coming to cryptocurrency. If that's the benefit of finding a project that is designed to be ethical and equal. We'll continue to catch you up. There's more updates on Wise Token that I'm not up to date with, that I will catch up before talking about it, but it's in regard to them. Well, shoot, I can talk about a little bit. They're connecting with a cousin on the Binance Smart Chain, which, as you know, Ethereum fees have been crippling people signing smart contracts. And so the move to Binance to build a cousin is beautiful and brilliant, because they are going to create an interoperable buyback that supports the community on the chain that is below. So you're
Right.
looking at, for the first time, a crypto that continues the monetizing time, ethical, equitable smart contract, ETH bond or BNB bond in this case, and yet they're bridging communities together without a bridge by supporting the value buyback. That's beautiful to fix an arbitrage between chains. And I know
Right.
from what I've heard, they're working to do this with Casper, a huge network in the East, a huge blockchain that has paved the way for proof of stake, what Ethereum's trying to accomplish. So it's so early, but what a blessing and a benefit is. If you're in Wise token, congratulations. Look at this. It pumps with ETH. So even if the
Right.
volume, it doesn't, here it goes. And more people in the long term, as they follow crypto and see cryptos come in and come go a year after year when they fall away because they just can't hang. Here is a project. It's like a honey badger, and it's just got that locked liquidity, and bada bing, bada boom. So as more people come in, they're going to do what you got to do, and it's called lock it up and earn that wise, earn that time, wise up, and earn that
Right.
Ethereum. So bada bing, bada boom. We covered paid, and
You
that's a
want to talk about Brave, what they've got, what they're in store, what their new roadmap 2.0 is going to look like?
yes. I'll start it.
Okay.
Well, and I want you to talk about it because you read this more than I did. But a long time ago, I got involved with Brave. I love their browser just to use them. I really love that they've been supportive of cryptocurrency. They
Mm-hmm.
Some people in crypto said they didn't deliver on their privacy. They basically sold information, and they block ads. They do this, but not everything they tried to do worked, and that may be so. But you look at other browsers that are out there, and they don't even. There's no scruple. They just do it. So I love that they're out there and continuing to try to add value in the space and bring people, make crypto more user friendly. So with that being said, what did you find out about Brave and the new BAT token?
Well, they have a new upgrade that's going to be rolled out over the next 18 months. It says, and it's going to integrate their browser with their wallet, which is going to be expanded to have native Ethereum implementation, as well as a mobile support, and it's going to have custom experiences for DeFi and NFT. You can buy and sell, and there's going to be a DEX that's connected to all this, a decentralized exchange. And you're gonna, if you hold BAT, it's gonna be, you can pay your fees in BAT, and you'll get a subsidized rate, kind of like with KuCoin or BNB or fill in the blank. So it's basically creating a whole DeFi ecosystem. There's even going to be a way to use your BAT to sign up for a VPN, and kind of, so they're having a privacy layer. There's all kinds of good things coming out of this.
What about those BAT airdrops? I'm sure Brave is going to come out with a Brave airdrop or something. That'd be cool. Well, that's, you know
Yes.
what, just, remember back in 2017 when everyone in crypto was like, gosh, what's going to happen to help more people on board? I mean, this is like a dream come true. Whether or not
Right.
they end up being a big name in crypto 2 or 3 years from now doesn't matter. The fact that you have a web browser that's like, hey, you know what? We're going to create a built-in MetaMask wallet. You can store your Ethereum here.
Yep.
So Web3 application right through. They're stepping up the game, and they're going to make other web browsers have to offer similar features and step up the game for other protocols to do the same thing or make it better. So I'm
Right.
excited. There's a lot of people who have a Brave browser who don't know anything about crypto. So the fact that this is going to
Exactly.
introduce people and what's one of the big problems with decentralized exchanges is building a community to provide liquidity. Well, let's see. If you have a browser that already millions of people use, and then you
Right.
just offer them a free wallet to use with their browser and drop a few,
And then you
now
let them get paid in the token
and
by
then
monetizing their attention.
and then you offer them staking rewards if they lock up liquidity in
Right.
different tokens. I could see the Brave browser decentralized exchange becoming one of the larger exchanges in the next year if it's done
Yes.
right. I mean, I don't. There's probably a lot.
because of the
I
ability
don't
to
know.
on ramp, just because of how close it is to the user base they're looking.
Yeah.
The target user base is, it's an integrated approach where you don't have to go to an ATM, you don't have to sign up for Coinbase. It's just right here off your browser.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yes,
I'm gonna say a quick what's up. Space Glitter jumped in the room. Hey,
cool.
hey, Space Glitter. Um, what's up, PJ Kelly? And Space Glitter jumped in, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick. A little shameless plug, and we'll come back to Brave. So Space Glitter and I collaborated on a custom ladder staking tool. It's the first of its kind for Wise Token DeFi. We saw an opportunity to add a little value to the community. So as everyone knows, or not everyone, if you don't know, with Wise Token, there's a built-in one-tier referral program to help grow adoption and reward people who add value to the ecosystem directly. And so, in so doing, anyone with an Ethereum address can refer someone and take part of those rewards. That means a church, that means a private organization, that means anyone that would like to set up an Ethereum address for free can set one up and as a referral without spending a penny can earn passive Ethereum dividends through a smart contract that's so secure a paid hacker couldn't even take it. So check this out, stakewise.org. And let me see here if I type in a little example. So you got 10,000. Did I type in 10,000 or no? I typed in 100. Okay. Either way, 10,000 Wise token, and you want to set the first stake to mature in 1 year because stakes you better at least I would start probably 2 years. Let me do 2 years just for because if I was doing this, let crypto grow, and then let me set every 1 year. Let me hit a little payoff, and let's do it for 6 years. Okay, create the table, and boom. You can customize the percentage down to the percentage. To keep it simple, I'm just going to say 20% for each one. Boom, boom, boom. But you're going to want to stagger it, maybe more up front, 30%, 40%, 15, 10, stagger it. Now here's where it gets juicy. You come in here. Oh, thank you, Space Glitter, for helping build this. Maybe I'm going to send a little love your way. Thank you, John L, for being a part of this program. Thank you, Ahmed, for actually being the one to fine tune this whole interface and finish building out and working out the kinks. And scroll on down, where I'm going to do a video where I use this and set some stakes. I'll do multiple, but Dirty Crypto, we've got Wise Info. So many people a part of the community who built a lot of that. Devin, got you in here, brother. And of course, Amelia. If you're out there, Amelia, haven't forgotten, and your video, I'm going to be referring to it again and sending a little love and let people know to be careful because there's more stuff coming as more attention comes to crypto. So people watch your keys and be careful. Send us some love and check it out. Custom. So let's say you got your cousin, your mother, your brother. Customize that address, do a stake, and customize every one of them. You can customize every one. Say I don't want to give any of you love. That's fine. That's fine. Doesn't matter. You can give us love just by joining the ecosystem. It's okay. There's nothing required. Nothing required or desired. So you come in here and you say, let's do that church. The church's address. Boom, 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 boom. Now the church can say, hey, why don't you guys save your own money? And if you want to use our address, that's great. But we encourage you to save your own money. Don't be giving it to us. And then, so what a beautiful way, a beautiful protocol it is to share in to share in the rewards in the inflation that gets paid out annually. So, bada bing, bada boom. I'm not going to finalize the values, but you can see it reads it out. And this is just a lot of fun, a lot of cool. We'll be adding some more stuff to this, more features. But that's the quick shameless plug. And let me go back over to the basic attention browser. If you got anyone following, hit the like button. We're here to talk about DeFi, crypto. Ryan and I have a background in markets and economics before crypto, and we jumped into crypto really hardcore. Although we were familiar with it, we really jumped in around 2017 and have just immersed ourselves. So we're here to learn. And so share us if you have any information that you would like, and we're here to share what we know. So this is interactive. Ask a question, give us a little shout out, and we'll continue to just give you the updated information that we find as we find it. That being said, Ryan had a good find on the BAT token, so I'll let you get back to that, brother.
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty much it. It's just seems to be creating a DeFi ecosystem that's probably going to compete with, or it's going to integrate with Ethereum and compete with what ADA and BNB, Binance Smart Chain. It's just another one of those ecosystems that's developing to further expand this great revolution, this crypto revolution we're a part of. And that's something I don't know if we want to touch on, but we're in the middle of revamping our website, and we're trying to shift the focus from specifically Wise Token, which we are going to follow and of course be a part of, but we're going to broaden it, and we're going to talk about a little bit about the history of money, different monetary institutions, and how they have changed over the years, and what that means for how money is created and distributed, and how prices are affected, and what that means for individual liberty and freedom, and capital consumption, and funding war, and just all the big picture stuff. We're going to go big picture, and we're going to go a little historical context to put the crypto phase of history into a use the word again, into the proper context.
Thank you, brother. That's it. That's right. So we're if you enjoy the fun of economics and the theoretical, and not just the theoretical, but the macro. It's more the macro approach because we are talking practical. But if you want to see how this technology fits into the real world that we live in, and the revolutionary evolutionary potential that it has, the way we like to think of it is, could you imagine if you were around when cars were being developed, and horses and buggies were everywhere, and that's all people used for hundreds of years, and they could never imagine horses and buggies going away. In fact, they would laugh at you if you told them that cars were one day going to take over, and
Right.
they would see a car broken down the side of the road when it first came around. They were breaking down, and a horse would go by, and they would just laugh at him and spit like, yeah, you really think that that's going to take over? And
Right.
and many people saw that, no, this is bigger than what you see right here. This is just in its infant stage of maturity of where we can go and how this can develop.
Yep.
So yeah, we like to share the big picture and an ethical, equitable, decentralized bias. We recognize that, like, hey, when the loom came about, it may have displaced some jobs for people that were sewing before, but in this regard, we want to support that this technology helps people to the max and flourishes in the most efficient and harmonious way. And in that regard, we would like to see people free to be able to exchange and grow and add value to these ecosystems without
Right.
barriers to entry that are common in legacy systems.
I'd like to touch on Versus a little bit, or Varus coin, VRSC. You brought that up, and I've been looking into it. I'm kind of fascinated by this. It's half proof of work, half proof of stake. They call it proof of power consensus mechanism,
They do, and
and no pre-mines, no founders tokens. It seems to be very ethical, very transparent. I need to look into it
to the
further
max.
to get to the white paper. But I was gonna say, what exchange do you recommend picking this up? I found a couple, but they all seemed like they had the KYC AML standards.
Safe
I
dot
didn't know if you had
trade,
a back.
none. Safe dot trade. Safe dot trade. Boom.
Okay.
That's it. All you need to do is have a Google Authenticator app. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Email address, Google Authenticator app. See that right there? VRSC BTC
Nice.
on a dip. Maybe
Now
wait.
might be a good time to come in.
No financial advice. We're just sharing our perspectives. This is all knowledge. The way we look at it, we're all in a brand new ecosystem together. Look, we're all grown men and grown women. If you're not, get off this channel. We're not holding each other accountable for being wrong about views or opinions or perspectives. It's like if someone first got in a car and they got in a car accident, be like, oh, how could you not know? People are still getting car accidents. Or a first airplane being developed and you see an airplane crash and try to blame the pilot. It's like, look, we're all figuring this stuff out, right? So let's not
Yeah.
hold each other to some standard of perfect knowledge that if we speak something that turns out to be wrong, then let's hang each other from it. That's not the world we live in. That's not our community. Smash that like button. Say what you want. You're in a
Right.
safe space. You're in a safe place. So speaking of safe place, safe.trade. If you're looking for a no barrier to entry way to join the Varus community as well,
That's it right there.
for the same reason it brought us into Wise token, we're absolutely no ICO, no pre-mine. This is ethical. It's equitable. I've done a lot of research into this, and this is, you guys. I'm gonna say this will be my one of my sleeping hidden picks. For the year. Just say that we called it now. You saw Ryan and I talking about it on this channel, and
Yep.
the team. By the way, the head developer was the developer of Windows 95. Okay, like one of the major,
Well, the best iterations.
one of the best operates. Yeah. So let's just talk about that. And they took this is a soft fork of Komodo. So you want to talk about privacy and security. This has got the security built on the Bitcoin network, built off of Komodo. It's got a
Yep.
strong team behind it. It's not some fly by night. And they're very quiet. The community, they don't talk, they don't market, they don't talk smack. They wait until things are built and then they just let it
Yep.
happen. So
They have
um,
privacy already built in.
privacy is built in. So this is not a smart contract we're talking about. So to compare apples to apples, we're not comparing this to ERC20 smart contract tokens. This is like a layer one blockchain. You would compare this to Monero, to Litecoin, to Bitcoin, and as a blockchain. In that regard, they have, unlike Bitcoin or Litecoin, they're doing mimble wimble to create privacy on top or some patch up service. Veriscoin has built into it privacy, that you can send and receive private transactions. It's built in. It's built in scalable. It's built in. Um, it's built. They took their time to make sure that it was viable before releasing it. So not only that, Verus ID, advanced self
Yes.
sovereign
Talked
identities.
about that.
I purchased a couple of these. Download a Verus wallet, get some coinage, and like you could purchase a .com domain, just like you could purchase domains back in the old days. Once you own a Verus ID, no one else can purchase the same ID. So just letting you know, get your name if you want to have your name at least, and have an ID that you use and transact with. This may be the only time you can get your name with as simple as is. There might be a lot of Bobs out there, right? So
Yeah.
Bob 1, Bob 2. Uh,
You can be the first.
yeah. So I had a hiccup, and I worked with the team. Look, just like why, if I get to know the team, and I like the people behind it, and they're very transparent, and I see that they're doing hard work and that they're stand up, then I'm going to continue to say I'm going to do what I can to help grow your community, because that's what we need more of in crypto. When you've got so many projects that are rug pulling or just making really egregious errors that cost people money, it's good to find projects that are solid, and that take the time to be built right, and they don't have just green dollar signs in their eyes, right? So the
Right.
Verus ID, you buy your ID because it's all done through the blockchain, so it's connected to your public your address, and now people can send money to your name, and it will go right to your wallet. Isn't that cool? Oh, but what happens if your wallet gets compromised, or if you don't want to use it anymore with that wallet? You can send your ID that you own to any wallet that you want.
Okay.
You can even give somebody
Nice.
else that you trust a recoverable function to your ID in case something happens and you get locked out of it. Like, they've literally thought about so much, and they are doing some amazing bridges to DeFi. I was talking to someone on the team earlier today, and I want to see if I can remember exactly how he said it. But they've eliminated front running. Ryan, you're gonna love this, dude.
Nice.
You're gonna love this,
Okay.
brother. Varus coin has eliminated front running, which is prevalent right now in Ethereum and the automated
Right.
market maker system currently. So I can't get into the technical details because I don't know them, but from talking with the
Right.
team, it's one of the features to learn and understand about it, because the way their DeFi works, they can bring chains together. Once you start building liquidity here, you're literally
Mhm.
talking about, now, as you and I both know, imagine the value of a financial ecosystem if all these other
Our
AMMs
front ran.
have front
Right.
run, and you have one that can't be front run.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's huge. So huge. So anyway, I'd like to. I'll probably we will do some more research on this, and we will get someone on the team to talk to and delve
I
more into
believe
this.
it's ASIC resistant, right? Can't you mine this off your desktop
It's ASIC
as well?
resistant. You can mine it
Yeah,
GPU, CPU mineable, and it's proof. It's GPU. It's mineable and it's stakeable. It's proof of it's
right.
yeah proof of work and proof of
Work
stake.
and proof of stake.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We have a cool question here from Wise Guy Crypto. We can switch gears back to Wise.
Let's do
He
it.
says, do we know of any economic theory that can be used to estimate the likely impact of incentive pools in Wise staking? The likely level of contribution and time commitment when an upfront reward is offered. Well, to be able to predict precisely, that's going to be difficult. But in game theory would be, yeah, you're on the right approach with game theory. Just the idea that people, and the other thing I would add to that is that people tend to, that we all tend to be able, we all tend to want to have uh, money now, not money later. So to get someone to commit money over time, you're going to have to give them an upfront reward. And but to be able to estimate how much of a reward you need to get such and such of a result or an investment, that's going to be a question of elasticities. How much how much they respond to a given change in reward, right? You can have demand elasticities, supply elasticities. In this case, it's demand. How much of the future? How much future payment do you have to offer someone today to make them willing to commit that money over that period of time? So estimating that, you can estimate it, but you're not gonna know the answer until until it actually happens. So it's really to come up with a real model. You can try to model it, but it's one of those deals that there's so many competing projects. It'd be different if there was just one money market and you only had a few. You could look at the options and say, okay, these are your options, and here's the maturities, and here's the interest rates, and you could kind of model that easier. But when you've got hundreds of different crypto projects and you've got all these different ecosystems, and it's going to be hard to. From my impression, it's going to be hard to come up with a model that really accurately predicts.
The easiest way to do it
What
would
do you
be to
think?
offer a different spectrum of products and see which ones are the most popular. That's the easiest way to do it, is to gauge out the
Mm-hmm.
price by the market first,
Right.
and see how quickly they're offered up and see what's attractive. That's what to test the market yourself. But
I bet Renee would probably have insight into this.
well, the thing is that there's no way to, kind of, but I think what he's saying is like we're at the stage like what would people want up front and for how much to stake for a period of time. Like for me, I think that not a lot, right? Because um, first of all, there's so much that Wise Token has to offer on its own among other cryptos. But if you're going to be
Right.
offering an incentive where you pay someone straight up DAI or straight up, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, ETH, something that they can go
Mm-hmm.
out and reinvest in more Wise, or they can go use to buy a
Cash
different
out. Neat.
something else, right? Which is
Yeah.
fine. I think that if you're offering someone a free amount just so that they can stake something for a period of time, there's so
That
many
offer.
projects that offer tell people to lock up for
Right.
vesting periods. It's like now you can lock up in a project and get some free money up front for it and still earn the benefit, the potential of all those gains down the road, and still have something to play with. So I don't think I think it's more the fact that somebody would be doing that Wise token has the potential to do that other
Right.
protocols can't.
No.
I Yeah, it's more like have like 100 grand, have 50, have a pool, have a fat pool, and you say, you know what, from this pool, because there's ways like I think it was on the Bright ID, you can verify that it's a new person every time. So verify
Mm-hmm.
that it's a new human being every time, and the first so many people that stake for 2 years or more, this much or more, will get a free, and it's a limited offer.
Right.
Shit, shucks, you know. You know,
Yeah, that would differentiate the offer from all the others. So I would imagine it have an impact.
I think so. I think so. Uh,
One of the things you could do is you could split that offer that bonus up over the life of over the maturity of the contract, and then you can get like a monthly gain, right? And then you could just figure out what that interest rate looks like over the course of the contract, and come up with it's paying even higher interest right now. I guess you'd add that to it
so if someone were to just end stake right away, they would just be hurting themselves
for sure.
because they have to put the money in. So you have to find out what that spread is, what you're giving away. But all those end stake penalties go back to the community, which go back to the stakeholders. So I think it's something that, while I don't know the math behind it, it's something that should be um, possible, viable, very probable. And it'd be fun to see something like that happen. I'd be excited to see something like that happen. Um,
Yes. Do
what
we have an idea how much those IDs cost? The Varus IDs?
we do 20 Varus. Do we have an idea of how much Varus cost right now?
A little over. It's like 90 something cent, 95 cents last time I
95,
looked.
a little under bucks. So almost $20. So just under $20, like $15 to $20. You can literally go right now, Space Glitter. Go buy Space Glitter right now. Download a Varus wallet. Hey, and someone go Telegram Varus and tell them to go give us a thumbs up. I'm like doing free work for them.
Yeah, right. We
You
need to
know?
move. We need to switch gears so we're not.
Hold on a
giving too
second.
much.
Let me go tell them. This is ridiculous. Doing your work. No, I'm just kidding. It's not their work. I just am all trying to figure out talking to different people. Let's see here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Hey, send us love. We're doing your work.
Oh man, that's funny.
I should probably have a link to our, which I don't. I'm totally not prepared.
That's all right.
That's okay. Was there another question? So, Varus ID. Go download the desktop wallet and secure your password, secure your seed phrase, and jump in the ecosystem. It is a little technical. There's something about no, actually, if you get your coins from the exchange, they're good to go. If they're newly mined, if like you mine coins, they have to be sent or something once before they can be staked. I heard, but if you get it from exchange, you're good to go. And but however, staking requires computer power. So as I've learned, don't sit there and stake it from your MacBook or something. It does require like a computer that you want to be able to leave up and running. It's a computer that, in order to earn the block reward, you have to leave it up and running. So that's what
you have to run the wallet, run the node.
Have to run the node. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a deeper dive in Varus. That's so funny. I should have been able to get them. Hey, you know what? Maybe I can get a link. So let me see if I can get. I think I can. We're streaming live, and yeah. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll come back over here, get a prettier background. Is there any questions? Anyone smashing the like button and have a question about DeFi?
I don't know. It's not a crypto related thing, but it's in the realm of finance, so it's related. But we are starting to see the bond market roll over, the treasury bond market, and interest rates are rising, and it's starting to spill over into the stock market. And this is that old inverted yield curve story, where it kind of tends. It doesn't always, but it sometimes marks the tops of bull markets. So this is all to say,
take profit.
Maybe take profit, and this could be. There might be some money flowing out of the traditional markets into crypto. That could be part of what we're seeing right now. Because I'm not able to understand why gold is still having such a correction. It's at 1679, and I tend to think that there's some gold investors that are moving their money to crypto.
There are.
It's what it looks like is happening.
There are, and you know what? There's a great. Have you heard of Rob Sultan on YouTube, Ryan? Have you heard of this? You would like him. I need to send you a link.
I don't think so.
He's he's got a pretty big following, and he talks about precious metals. He is a silver bug. He's been a silver bug for a long time, and he's old school. He worked his way up in the markets and passed up formal school so that he could understand the commodities markets, and he's just a wealth of information when it comes to silver and gold markets. But he also talks about traditional finance, and in contrast to crypto and Bitcoin, he's bullish on. He talks about Bitcoin, Ethereum. He's no slouch. So that would be something to take a look at. I want to pull up a video real quick and see what you thought about this. So Michael Saylor's a popular voice, and he has a great insight that I thought I would just pump out real quick and see if you had any comments on this, Ryan. You ready for this, brother?
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. And if anybody else has comments on it, then you can do that too. This is totally interactive, but Ryan and I are hanging out. So welcome to our hangout.
Yeah, right.
Million people in their walled garden, and you can't take control of your keys into your cold storage wallet. Okay, rather than complain and attack them for doing it, what you ought to say is, PayPal just introduced Bitcoin to 100 million people.
Let me go to the beginning.
If PayPal deploys Bitcoin to 100 million people in their walled garden, and you can't take control of your keys into your cold storage wallet, okay, rather than complain and attack them for doing it, what you ought to say is, PayPal just introduced Bitcoin to 100 million people. And if you're the person that feels so strongly about cold storage on a hardware wallet, well, then you should be happy because you still have a business. You can still go sell that and offer that more secure solution, and PayPal just didn't obliterate your business. So it's actually good for the ecosystem that you have Square or PayPal or anybody else offer a constrained version of this thing, because you know what happens next? Yeah, PayPal is not going to put the cold storage wallet guys and the Bitcoin, they're not going to put the Lightning Network out of business. They're actually going to feed the value in the Lightning Network and cold storage. And you know what else they're going to do? They're going to go lobby every politician in every jurisdiction in the world in order to benefit, protect, and defend the interests of Bitcoin. And so the perfect can't be the enemy of the good. What you want is billionaires, billion-dollar investment entities, large corporations, all of them to embrace at least some piece of Bitcoin and spread it everywhere in the world. And then if you have a particular view about something that should be done and they're not doing it, instead of criticizing them, take it as an opportunity to do it yourself. And if you're right, you'll make a crap load of money. And if you're wrong, the market will determine that you're wrong, and maybe your idea wasn't that important after all. And Scott, like, one of the things is that.
So anyway, I don't watch the whole video, but what did you think about that criticism that people have of PayPal? You don't own your keys. Like Coinbase, you don't own your keys. Robinhood, you don't own your keys. Right. Now Robinhood's a little different. I mean that actually, I guess PayPal will be much like Robinhood, less than Coinbase, because Coinbase.
Well, with Coinbase, you can transfer your Bitcoin into your own wallet.
Right.
With PayPal, I don't believe you can.
No, you could just send it, use it to purchase. Yeah. So, right. but what do you? But I kind of dig. I dig what he was saying. I mean,
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it spreads the investment, the awareness beyond to a new group of people who might not be concerned about cold storage wallets and having that control.
Which we already know, because they're not even concerned about Bitcoin right now.
Right, they're not even Bitcoin investors.
I mean, I think that's the point. Like, it's like like, don't hate a small step in the right direction. It's like we're all waiting. I mean, say we all, but many people have been waiting. Pardon me, for years for adoption, mass adoption, and then you now have these large institutions now are making it for payment. This is what's so funny. Years ago, people would laugh at you, even in 2017. They would laugh at you in 2017 if say,
how are you going to spend it?
Yeah, right? How are you going to spend it? Like, you think anyone's ever going to take this as point of sale or for money? And now, literally, a few years later, you're seeing you're seeing cryptocurrency being used through some of the largest intermediaries for settling for settling payments as a medium of exchange. So this is huge news.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the idea that this crypto thing's only going to work is if we're all running around with cold storage wallets and paper wallets, and if we're all anarcho crypto investors. I feel like that's probably, if that's the test, if that's the standard, then it's never going to happen. You have the mainstream popularization of crypto is going to require something less than this rigid libertarian viewpoint, which I share, and I know is popular, but it's not going to be a good entry place. Maybe people can get there after they become familiar. Maybe they will get there on their own when they become familiar with it. But to your point, this is more important to keep to spread the market, spread the investment idea, and that serves that purpose. So yeah, I agree with him.
Dig it.
Yep.
I had to put someone in. I had to hide some message that was getting a little annoying.
I saw that.
If you want to send a message, send it one time. If it looks like you're just kind of being childish, then I'll just bam, just throw you out. I don't waste time.
JPAR had a really good point about London, or about gold being manipulated. It's so true. I mean, you got the GLD paper gold market, where there's oftentimes in the late hours you'll see big contracts, big sell orders come through, move the market, push prices down, trigger stop losses, and as you know, there's a lot of algos that a lot of the trading's algo driven. So you have a cascading sell orders, and it just pushes prices down, and it's a way of manipulating prices. That's an old, with the gold market and probably the silver market. I think that's an old scam. You might say, or old technique, or old
totally.
It's old trade. Let's use that word.
It's been going on for a long time.
Very much so.
I pulled up this little video too. This is someone else that I'm going to refer to on our site. Just a great resource of information. But as you know, Ryan, what 2018 and 2019 was like, actually after 2017. Remember this? Does this picture look familiar?
I do.
Do you say that's about right? Would you say that's about right?
Yeah.
So
that's right, and it feels more like that when you buy in near the top too. That's
totally. So I would tell people, whatever projects that you're interested in, know that it's a rough road ahead. Whether the correction takes place this month, next month, a few months from now, there always is a correction. And when it happens, it comes quick, and it's brutal, and it feels that way. But that's normal. It happens in markets, and the idea is to just set it and forget it, and come back 2 years later, come back 3 years later, if you have to. If you have to wait 4 years later, and maybe 4 years, but be ready, and know that those are the times. Now, we could be at a super leg where it's like, Lucas, what are you talking about? We go into some crazy moonshot later this year, and we never look back. That being said, it's just prepare yourself. That's all I got to say. It's just always be hope for the best, prepare for the worst, as they say.
It's the old, what's the old advice? When there's blood in the street, that's when you go out and buy.
Even if it's your own.
You got to be a contrarian.
That's right. If there's blood in the street, buy it, even if it's your own. So
yeah, right.
One more before we go. I know there's a few minutes left. Someone mentioned this to me today. I was doing my research, and I was out in the clubhouse, and someone was mentioned this and talked about it. And I got to looking at this, and then I saw that they were in the works of working with, let me scroll down and see if it was here that I saw it. I did, Elrond. And I'm like, okay, this looks big. And they're all about privacy. They're open source, enabling data privacy. Hello? We're building a Hopper network to give people and companies control over their level of data privacy. Hopper community fights for the digital privacy of the future. Everybody can become a part of our movement. What? Hello? Well,
I'll have to look into it.
I'm everybody. Are you everybody? Shut up.
I'm an everybody.
I'm an everybody. So, yeah, this is hoprnet.org. Digitalization without privacy concerns, make crypto assets private, connect devices and clouds. Man, this is just, very cool.
I have even a chat protocol. I saw it.
Yeah. Where was that at? Hold on. Yeah. Where did you see that?
A little further down, right there. You're kind of close. Right there. Digitalization without privacy concern.
Boom. Chat in private. What? This is what I'm talking about. Welcome to crypto, blockchain, and no longer going through centralized servers that have all of your data and information, and you have to hope that they're being good with it because they're selling it to somebody else. It's like, oh, gone are those days, right? What a beautiful time it is to be alive. We're drawn close to our 7 o'clock end of the stream. Thank you for joining. Hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you if you've enjoyed it, you know, and if you haven't, hit that like and subscribe anyway, right? That'd be cool. That'd be nice. We talked about knit finance, working with Elron and some evolutionary revolutionary. We talked about Wise Token doing its thing with the ETH pump and growing, and the massive liquidity, lot liquidity, preventing it from those paid hacks that just happened. And we talked about the paid hack. So yeah, this has been a really productive day. Talked about the basic attention token, the Brave browser. Huge what's going on there. We talked about Graph token and that they got some cool stuff going on. I was going to scroll through. We hit them up. Safe Trade gave you a little tip. If you're interested in jumping in and getting involved with Veriscoin, it's as simple as having an email address in a Google Authenticator app. Log in, you know, have some Bitcoin, and bada bing, bada boom. Veriscoin, download their wallet, and as you know, you can purchase an ID, a sovereign ID that will last on that blockchain in perpetuity that you own. So you're not renting it; you control it.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no kidding. Balancer is doing some cool stuff by bridging Ethereum to Polkadot. Via Moonbeam. Balancer is coming to Moonbeam, so they're going to be doing some liquidity stuff over in the Polkadot network. And yeah, that bat, dude, good find. The Brave browser, digging that. Let's see. I guess that about wraps it up. We got any love? If you guys want to say something, say it now, or forever hold your crypto questions until next week. You know, that's about going to wrap it up. Did a shameless plug on the custom staking ladder site for you wise lovers. And I guess until the next time, I'm going to say have a beautiful day and namaste. If we don't get a question in the next 30 seconds, there is no encore. There is no more. I'm going to let Ryan wrap something up.
Well, thanks for sharing your evening with us. We always love bringing you the latest crypto news and our own little economic musings about whatever it is going on. We will see you next week. Adios.
Adios, amigos and amigas. Thank you so much for your love and support. If you are just now getting into crypto, like I said, you are in it at the right time. It's just the beginning, but this is the end. So talk to you later.
Hey, let me let the dog out real fast.